How to pack the Outback Tourer 270 Plus awning up. First things first, we want to disconnect from our roof rack, the front section. The back section of the awning is completely up. We're not doing this at the same time. Very important and a lot easier if we just do the front section first. So we bring this section in, this is the front. We can see the back is still fully tied to the car. We want to be doing this individually. Now, this is the most important part and the biggest mistake we see when people put these awnings back together. We know when you first get the awning, you're very excited, you've pulled the whole thing apart and you're not going to remember how it went back together, but that's all good. This is why we do these videos. Now this arm here does not, I repeat, does not go over the top. If you do that, it's going to be forcing this awning in all sorts of ways that isn't meant to happen. So this front arm needs to go underneath this canvas. So you do your little magic trick here, get some, get a run up and push it up and put it under. And if you can't do that, it's all good. If you just push it, it will naturally want to go under anyway. Now, if we have a look under here, we have a rubber stopper. The stopper sits against the frame. Now that makes sure we don't have any canvas between here and between the frame. And that rubber stopper is literally to make sure we're not rubbing anywhere inside. So that goes right against it. Now that can sort of sit there, or you can tie this back or have someone hold it. It'll sort of sort itself out anyway. Now to the back section, we have unclipped the awning and we'll bring this the entire way around. And then we will get our straps, pull them over the top, and we'll roll this thing up. So I'll show you that now. Packing this next section up, the important part here is this arm is not like this. So we need to make sure that this arm is pulled forward like that. That's going to make sure we don't get any rubbing points through the bag. Now, pro tip, we pull all of these top parts out before we roll it up. So there's 3 of those, pull them all the way out before we roll the awning. And all we're doing is rolling it up. Pretty simple, guys. We want to roll it as tight as we possibly can, and then it sits underneath like that, nice and neat. And then we get our Velcro straps. Now we want to put a fair bit of force on these. So we're going to go the whole way in. The reason for that is we don't want this thing moving around in the bag, causing all sorts of wreaking havoc in there. So get them up nice and tight. It's not going to move anywhere. 3 of those. So we'll get this back one here. Get that nice and tight. And then we'll do the front one. These straps here, you can either roll them up inside the awning, or what I do is I sort of just pull this all the way to the top, clip that back over. You might actually trim this. These are quite long. We'll probably trim ours eventually. And then they just sort of sit up in there like that. And that's how you do it. We'll zip it all up and we'll be ready to rock. This is that next part I was just talking about. These here, I'm just kind of resting up there like that. And then the bag is, it's not like crazy big, but it's not, you're not going to be fighting it to get it back in. We've made the bag, given it a little bit of tolerance, because the worst thing is you're trying to, you're like a grizzly bear wrestling a salmon, trying to get this thing back in the bag. So we've made it big enough that it all packs up nicely. That one there, I just sort of tuck in the hinge or something, wherever works. Get rid of it all. And then use our nice little Outback Tourer pull tabs. Get it done. That's it, all packed up, looking good, ready for the next campsite. Always pack it up dry if you can. If you do pack it up wet, it's okay. Like it'll be, it's all mold resistant canvas, so you'll get a few days out of it, but it's always recommended to air it out and make sure it's packed up dry, just like any of your canvas products you've used over the years. Treat it well and it'll treat you well.